All right. Good evening, everybody. Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. It's been a while since I put out a video. I'm happy to be back. Um, Multiple things. I think I might have needed a little bit of a break, but I also had like a pretty rough month. Um, Nothing too bad, just life being life. Um, and so I just either was not in the position to put out a video or just wasn't feeling it. I feel great now. I'm excited. Trading's going well. Life is good. Um, it's not huge, but hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. That's pretty cool. Um, so anyway, we're back. I'm also not trying to spam out a bunch of videos. I just want to put out quality stuff that's gonna hopefully help some people with their trading. Um, Today I'm going to be focusing on volume profile. I'm sorry, I take that back. I'm going to be focusing on POCs, VPOCs, supply and demand based on POCs and VPOCs. If you need a video, on volume profile, how to plot POCs and all of that, I have my trading series under my playlist, which will cover all of that for you. This is going to be more of an in-depth guide, so I'm not going to go over some of the more basic stuff, but this is going to be for people that already understand what a POC is and have more questions about them. So on TradingView, the study is going to be this VPSV. So what you do is you go to indicators, you type in VPSV. We're going to use this volume profile session volume, not the HD version. Once you have it on your chart, you're going to want to double click on it here, or under here you can click on this gear icon. Go to the settings, value area, you want to be 68, row size, you want to be 200. Ooh, what's this? I've never used this. Value area high, low, right? Cool. I'll check that out, see what happens. So on TradingView, and if you're using TOS, I'm sorry, in the description there will be a link that will describe to you how to add volume profile to your TOS. But again, this video is for people that are already using volume profiles, so you should already have it. But so in TradingView, you probably know your POCs only go back roughly 30 days. I found a little hack to make them go back further, and that is if you click the replay feature and then pick a date, whatever, they'll go back another 30-ish days. So this is pretty cool. This is what we're going to be getting into today is sorry, I'm trying to make this big zoomed in so it's easier for people to see. Today I'm going to focus on this POC here. So this POC here, as you can see, I know this is not highlighted, so it might be difficult to see, but so your volume profile here, the shaded area is part of the volume profile. The highlighted area is going to be your value area. When you have a POC that looks like, or I'm sorry, a volume profile that looks like this, a P shape, that means most of, like you open low and trended up and then probably consolidated at the end of the day. It gives you this nice P-shape volume profile. If you have the inverse where you open up here, come down, and then trade sideways here, you'll have a nice B shape, a lowercase b volume profile. Those are going to be the two most important volume profiles, and on those you're going to always want to draw like supply and demand. So first things first, we're going to want to plot the actual POC here. I believe this is February 25th. So right now you might be thinking February 25th, that's way more than 30 days ago. This should be taken off your chart, and you would be right. But since it's a nice P-shape volume profile, this one actually still plays out for us. And you'll see that when we go back to the charts. So as far as charting our demand zone here, we want to basically take this whole volume profile. Actually, let me see if I can draw. I know somewhere in here there's a pen tool. I don't use it very often. Sorry, bear with me. I should have looked for this before I started, sorry. Brush. So, if this is our entire, volume profile here, whoa, why is it doing weird stuff? We want to cut this in half. So, gosh, that line's so funky. So we want to take 50% of this. It doesn't even want to draw it where I'm trying to draw it. And any part of this line, these lines that are past that 50%, we want to put a box around. So a good portion of this, sorry, I'm going to remove those lines. They look pretty crazy. So if we cut this in half, right about here, our box is going to go from basically right here, if I can get it straight, up to here. And this is going to be our demand zone. All right. So hopefully everybody sees how I did that. Roughly 50% of this, the lines that are sticking out. Once there's this little gap here, I didn't grab these lines down below. You could if you wanted to. I'm personally not. So from here, I'm going to turn off my replay feature because I don't need it anymore. And then people always ask me like, oh, what POCs do you chart? Well, so here, on SPY, we're in a downtrend, right? So I want to grab, at a minimum, I'm not going to label every single one of these, otherwise this video will be 5 hours long. But at a minimum, I want to grab all of these VPOCs on this downtrend. This one here, normally, since there's two of them together, very close, like within $1, I'll normally just put a box. Again, based on the value area, you can see here, this is actually, it looks like an important value area from a distance because we have a P shape here. So I would want to take, again, the 50% roughly. I'm not doing it exactly right now. And make sure I grab, the 50% of this P. And I would put a box around this. And then I'll label this box like 2x POC. Or whatever it is, 3x POC, 4x POC. Need this one here. That's going to be a VPOC. Or actually, both of these are VPOCs. I would label them individually as well. So inside of this box, I can see, VPOC, VPOC. Actually, I apologize. Neither one of these are VPOCs. They've both been touched here. This one here. This one here, and this one here. Now up here at the top, it's not a P shape, but we have a pretty good volume shelf here. I'm going to want to draw a supply zone there. Again, I'm not going for like total accuracy on this, but roughly 50%. Yeah, right to about here. And I like to make my supply zones red. So these are the main ones I'm going to chart. Down here, this is a VPOC. It's getting charted as well. POC, but it's a P shape. This one's important. You would want to have a demand zone around this one as well. And down here, you can see we have a B shape. You definitely want a demand zone around this one as well. But for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to draw a bunch more boxes. We're going to grab roughly 50% of this day here. All right. So once we have this, you know, if you go back in time, basically April 12th, so yesterday, if you're in any of the discords I'm in, you might have seen I alerted a swing on SPY. My reasoning was specifically because of this demand zone here, drawn on that very strong P-shaped volume profile back here on this day. I knew we'll probably spring from this area. So once we came down to this area towards the end of the market yesterday, I knew there wasn't going to be a big enough play at the end of the day from a bounce here. But for anybody in, you know, Keenan's Discord or Shorty's Discord, you should have seen I said we'll probably see a bounce here at 437.16. It's pretty much exactly what happened. I mean, we bounced. Wow, it's actually lower than I thought it was. 436.68. But that's why I have this green box. I'm not looking for an exact bounce off of the POC, but off of this general area. I actually ended up taking the play a little bit early. I took it up here. But I wasn't worried about stopping out because I knew this demand zone was here. I was down on the trade quite a bit. I mean, not a ton, but I was down, you know, from this point down to here. Saw a little bump up and then back down even lower than this POC. I'm still not stressed out because I have this green box demand zone. And I knew if I just, you know, swing this overnight, good chance we're going to see upside the next day. Once you draw, you know, your supply and demand, it's kind of hard to say like, you know, oh, this is going to be demand, this is supply, whatever, who knows? Because both can act as supply or demand. So as example here, you know, this is, here it acts as a supply zone and we see downside, and then here it acts as a demand zone and we see upside. basically the point is once you have these good, supply demand zones drawn on your chart, you know that they can act as both support and resistance. It doesn't really matter. But once you break below them, um, easy to take, puts. Once you bounce from them, easy to take calls. For me personally, as a trader, I use the 9 EMA. I use, oh, sorry, not VPR, and VWAP. And during my trading day, I actually turn off VPSV because my charts just get too crowded for me. If you miss the short here, it's not a big deal. There's always another trade. So let's say for whatever reason you completely miss this here, or you tried to take it and you get faked out. Me personally, I'll take a short here. I'll take profits here. I'll try to short again here, take profits, short again here, and this one will pay me. But if I did miss this, then here I have, actually, sorry, bear flag. I'm not going to get too crazy in depth with this, but your safe entry on a bear flag is going to be the last touch of the bottom of the flag, which is going to be this white candle here. So if I took puts below here, a good winning trade here, right? And then we form another flag here. My safe entry actually lines up with this POC here. Or I guess it's a virgin POC, became a POC right here. Once I cross through that, I would take puts because my last touch is right here. Again, plays out. And I'm sure you guys have seen, before I've done this. You draw your fibs. Once you take this play, your safe exit is the 1272 level, which of course we hit. So this is a great trade. I don't know, 40-50% trade right there. And then same thing, if we, delete this one, and then draw fibs on our new flag here. Our safe, our first trim is this 1272 level, which we hit. We don't hit the second trim, which is the 1618, but this is a good enough trade here. So what I'm saying is, as a trader, me personally, I'll look for rejection from these boxes or bounces from these boxes. I'll jump in the trade without second guessing it. If not, I draw on my screen my TA, bull flags, bear flags, whatever it might be. I will also trade those in a heartbeat. Another great trade that I really like is the 9 EMA. So you can see here I have the 9 EMA and the VWAP. I love the 9 EMA VWAP cross. So basically when the 9 EMA crosses below the VWAP and you have a candle close below, like we do on this candle here, you can then take puts and just ride these all the way down. They're safe to stay in basically until you cross back above the 9 EMA. Me personally, though, as a trader, like, this is a tweezer bottom. I would be getting out of the trade right there. I wouldn't wait for this cross back above. I might even get out on this indecision candle or this indecision candle or this one here. But it's a good trade, When the 9 EMA crosses above the VWAP, if you have a candle close above, you can take calls. But in this instance, we cross back below. This first candle closes below. You hop in puts here, write it down, right to your supply/demand, right? Easy exit right there. These moves might not look big, but, you play 5 or 6 of these a day, and you're right on every single one of them, which is pretty easy to do if you have good TA and good supply and demands. You'll grow your port 5 or 10% a day, and you'll be rock solid. Anyway, pretty short, quick video. Hopefully it's, direct and to the point. My main point was our supply and demand zones. The strongest ones are going to be based on P shapes and B shaped volume profiles. And you want to grab 50% of the P or 50% of the P and B, and draw those in with boxes as your supply and demand. So, and then here I'm showing, like, I mean, everybody in the Discord knows I called this out as a bottom, and I swung calls from here and made it. I think they went over 100% today. So anyway, that's how I trade in a nutshell. If anybody has questions, most of you all know how to reach me. Best way is on Discord. You can reply here to the video. You can hit me up on Twitter. Sometimes I'm really bad at replying on Twitter because I don't get a notification. Then I'll randomly see I have a message and I'll get to people. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. But the best way to reach me is on Twitter. On Discord. I'll get back to you right away, as long as I'm not sleeping. Anyway, much love, everybody. Have a good night. I hope this video helps you out. It's good to be back, everybody. Take care.